What an absolutely scintillating performance from our ladies. Big round of applause again. We now move on to other facets of life. I'm sure many of you enjoy sports. Some of you may have sports people in your family, and sports related injury or sprains are quite common. Such people enjoy sports so much that they cannot stay away. Here is where sports and yoga go hand in hand. Yoga helps sports persons to have control over the mind, control over the body, good breathing habits, and relaxation under pressure, highly developed concentration skills, and the ability to focus. They are also more flexible and they're able to stretch better, and so the results are much better. Yoga helps gain the core strength, balance, and concentration. Here come the men and the boys to demonstrate these asanas.
Not now, not now, not now, not now, not now.
And strengthen the spine to prevent injury. This chair pose protects knee joints and brings stability. Inversions increase oxygen supply to the brain and improves concentration. The one-leg Victor pose enhances balance and the ability to recover from falls. warrior pose develops strength, flexibility, and balance, and helps the player to run fast.
That was absolutely vibrant and energetic. May I now call upon Dr. Matthew and Mrs. Prema Nagesh? There will be a small question and answer session.
Thank you, Doctor, for taking the time to come here and for agreeing to answer a few questions. Warm welcome to you all, from all of us.
Thank you.
Doctor, you have seen the previous yoga in sports, demonstration by men and boys, and next one is corporate yoga. We would like to know the medical benefits of yoga.
Let us see what happens to our body when we are under stress. When you are under stress, whether it is in your office, or when you are angry with someone, or when you are preparing for your exam, your body reacts by stimulating the sympathetic nervous system. And what happens when the sympathetic nervous system is stimulated? The body secretes mainly two hormones, namely cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate becomes more, your heart starts pumping, your blood pressure becomes more, your blood sugar levels rise, and you get aches here and there. Immediately after the stress is over, the body returns back to normal. Let us imagine that, supposing the stress becomes persistent, every day you're under stress in your office or in a corporate setting, or you're always angry with someone, there's persistent elevation of these hormones in the body. And then what happens? Your blood sugar rises, you get your arteries constrict, you get cardiac problems, your blood pressure rises, and your respiratory rate also increases. So there is a sympathetic overactivity. This is the normal response of the body to stress. Now let's see what happens to a person who is practicing yoga. Just the opposite happens. Your parasympathetic system gets stimulated. So what happens? The vagus nerve is stimulated, your heart rate comes down, your blood pressure comes down, your sugar level comes down. So much so that you become calm and composed. So a person who is practicing yoga, there is a shift from the sympathetic system to the parasympathetic system. So even if there is a stress, his heart rate does not go up, his respiratory rate does not go up, he does not have blood pressure, he does not have diabetes. I'm sure if I take your heart rate, it's much less than 60. You have a low blood pressure, and I've never seen you become angry. So that is the effect of yoga on stress.
What about the warm-ups? How important are warm-ups for any exercise before and after to avoid injury?
Yeah, warm-ups are mandatory before any exercise or any sport because a warmed-up muscle, the blood vessels are dilated and there is a lot of blood in the muscle. The risk of injury, the muscle contracts and relaxes more efficiently. Not only that, an increased temperature in the blood, there is more release of oxygen into the tissues and the muscles function normally, functions better, and the risk of injury to the muscle is less if you do a warm-up before any sporting activity. So it is mandatory.
What is the first aid to be done in case of an acute injury to a muscle or a joint?
In case of an acute injury, there are four things that has to be done. Where there is a knee, there is an injury to the knee or injury to the muscle, the first and foremost thing is to rest the part. You should avoid using your leg. You should avoid using the injured part. Number two, you must apply ice compress, cold compress. Put ice and some cold compress. Number three, there must be a compression bandage. Put an elastic bandage over the injured area, and last but not the least, elevate the affected area. So these four things, it's called RICE, R-I-C-E. Rest, ice packing, compression, and elevation, R-I-C-E.
Thank you. I'm sure people must be curious to know what made you to join yoga class.
Yeah, very good question. You know, as a doctor, I was always interested in the preventive aspect of non-communicable diseases like blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer. And I used to read quite a lot. It was then, at that time, that I came across a book written by an American doctor. This is the book. It's called the Dean Ornish's Book for Preventing Heart Diseases. Now, this doctor, who is an American cardiologist, came all the way from US to India. He studied yoga. And then he initiated yoga therapy for all his patients back in US. And he has demonstrated angiographically, and he has published a lot of articles in medical literature showing reversal of cardiac blocks, reversal of diabetes, reversal of hypertension, all these based on yoga, meditation, breathing exercises, and diet. This book is full of yoga therapy, just the asanas and the breathing techniques which you teach, along with meditation and diet. So I thought, if an American doctor can come all the way from US to India, learn yoga and initiate yoga therapy back in his country, I should do more being an Indian doctor. So that is why I joined your class.
Thank you so much. I have one more question. It's a general question which many people would like to know about the cholesterol problem. Many have the disbelief or that cholesterol cannot be treated by yoga or diabetes or thyroid. How do you say?
No, cholesterol can, levels of cholesterol, as I said, if you persistently do yoga every other day, as I said, your cholesterol level definitely comes down, your blood pressure level definitely comes down. As for me, I had gout, and once I start practicing yoga, I've never had an attack of gout for the last 1 year.
Oh, thank you so much, sir, for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Many thanks to Dr. Matthew for that informative question and answer session. In today's world, the people who really need exercise are those who have a desk job at the office or those who have a high-pressure job. They are constantly engaged with either the computer or the phone. Sometimes they even carry their workload home, much to the annoyance of the family. Yoga in your workplace is a great way to combat stress, connect with your colleagues in a fun and relaxed setting, and increase your physical fitness. Focusing on breathing and focusing on the poses give your mind a rest from the pressures of reports and deadlines. Let us now watch a demonstration of this.
Fellow co-workers, it is now time to do yoga. All of you, please be ready to start immediately. Warm-ups reduce pain in neck, back, and shoulders. Back bends improve the posture, relieves the day's stiffness, and forward bends calm the mind. These half lotus postures keep joints flexible